Hi there, it's Gaynor from Fitfish. Lovely to be with you today. So, today I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons why accountability works. So, sometimes we know we should be doing something, we know that deep down we really do want to do something, whatever that thing may be, but somehow we just don't do it, or we can't do it, or we feel that we can't do it, we don't make the time, or we just don't make it a priority, or we can't quite get ourselves there. So that's where accountability can be really, really useful, whether that's a coach, or a friend, or a personal trainer, or an exercise instructor. Whoever it may be that you're accountable to, it might be a prayer partner or a family member, can be really, really useful. I'd love it if you're on live for you to say hello. That will help me just to try and work out where I see those comments and see if anyone's watching. Facebook's changed everything, so it's all a bit funny at the moment. You can't actually see who's watching. So 3 reasons why accountability works, whether that be a coach, a friend, prayer support network, family member, whatever it is. So the first of all, it sounds quite obvious, is that it makes you do it. Now that is obvious, isn't it? But the more you've invested in this accountability partnership and the action that you say you're going to do, then the more likely it will be to happen. That's why, hi Joe, thanks for commenting, that's really helpful, thank you. That's why when you commit to something, hi Julia, that's why when you commit to something financially, it can be really, really helpful. And that's why personal training or coaching or paying to do an exercise class can work. So I ran an exercise session this morning, and there were people there who were telling me that they have lots of exercise DVDs or videos or YouTube clips they can do. But the thing is, we don't do them, do we? Of course, we can all do anything we want to. There's the world's at our fingertips, but sometimes we just don't do it, even though we've got access to it. But the fact that you pay and come to a class, it makes you do it. So, but it doesn't just have to be financial. It could be meeting up with a friend. It could be sending. So I receive lots of food diaries, or what I would call a can-do plan, to my email address from people who use that as their accountability. So it could just be sending someone something, or even the act of writing something in your diary makes it more likely that it will happen. And of course, once that first time happens and it's done and you've reaped the benefits, then it's easier next time. And also, when you're talking to someone who's holding you to account, a lot of your excuses that you would maybe make to yourself, they're not reasons anymore. They are just excuses. And it's a bit like, a child coming in and saying, oh, but my dog ate my homework. Sometimes we'll start saying a reason why we didn't do something to whoever's holding us accountable, and actually it can start sounding quite lame. So that's number one. It does make you do it. The more you invest in it, the more you commit to it before it actually happens, the more likely it will happen. Number 2 is recognition and reward and praise. So those things make us happy. They increase endorphins. So when your coach or your friend or your personal trainer or your accountability partner says to you, well done, that's amazing, you did really well, I'm so glad you came, you did a great workout, thanks for sending me your food diary, I'm really pleased with those changes you've made. It makes you happy. It increases the endorphins, and your brain then associates what you've done with feeling good. And it makes those strong pathways. So no longer is your thought about this activity like, oh, it becomes a happier thought, a happier pathway, which makes you more likely to do it again. And number 3 is that it actually eliminates the time and effort that you spend on other distracting activities and unfocused behaviour. So if you weren't being held to account for anything and you'd said to yourself, right, yeah, must go for a run. I don't know if you've ever done this, that you've got a day where you're maybe working from home, or you've got a slightly freer day from normal, and you put on your exercise clothes with the intention of doing some exercise, going out for a run, going out for a walk, going to the gym, whatever it may be. And several hours later, you are still doing jobs and still wearing your exercise gear. Can anyone relate to that? Because we keep putting these activities in place, we keep spending extra energy convincing ourselves that we shouldn't do it at that moment in time. Whereas if we just have done it, committed to it to someone and done it, then all of those wasted thought process that's going on, and those excuses, those reasons, that thought path where you're just going round and round circles wouldn't happen. So it can help make you more productive in general, having accountability, because it takes away that time spent on distracting activities and thoughts, helps you to refine your skills, and it improves your confidence. And again, that makes you more likely to want to do it again. So those are the 3 reasons. There's lots more, but the 3 that I picked was it makes you do it. Yeah, good to see where you relate to that one. Makes you do it. Recognition and reward and praise makes you happy, makes it more likely then to happen, and it eliminates the time and effort that you spend on distracting activities. I hope that's been helpful, and I hope that's encouraged you to seek out some form of accountability, whether that is with a friend, with an exercise instructor, with paying to do a class, with saying that you'll send someone something, or even just writing it in your diary. Do feel free to use the Facebook group Motivation Fish, all one word, for sharing your goals and being held to account, or come on one of our programs. We've got another Healthy, Whole and Free course starting in September, or maybe book onto one of the exercise classes and I'll see you there. You can find those on the website under summer sessions. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. I'd love for you to type one thing that resonated with you, makes you do it, recognition and reward, or eliminating the time and effort you spend on distracting activities, and tell me something that you might do differently now. Okay, take care. Bye.